Welcome back, Scorpions. In this video, I'll be showing you what variables are, how to declare variables, and how to swap between variables that have already been declared. So, we start your Python IDLE by searching on your search area, and we have our IDLE over here now. Ready to start. So just by definition, a variable in Python, I'd like to call it as a name tag that refers to the value of an object. In other programming languages like Java or C++, then a variable normally refers to a memory location that stores the value of an object. But in Python, a variable is just a name tag that refers to the value of an object. Technically, a name tag that refers to the value of an object. So, how do we declare variables in Python? So, on your IDLE, you just go right up there, and to declare a variable, like let's have a variable name called name, and the variable name is referring to the value, in this case string Michael, so that whenever we want to call back the variable Michael, we use name to refer to it. So you tell Python to print name, and then you have your output as Michael. So we can also have two variables referring to the same value, and in this case you can have name 2 referring to name. Okay, this therefore means that the variable name 2 refers to whatever the variable name references here. So when you print name 2, you are able to get Michael. So name 2 refers to Michael, and name 1 refers to name also refers to Michael. So in Python, that is known as dynamic memory referencing. So it's essentially why I was explaining that in Python, a variable is a name tag that references the value of an object. So we can also have variable names that store integers or float values. Like an example would be number could be having, let's say, 20. So when you print number, you get the output 20, and then now when you have maybe another number, again number referring to 3.9087. So when you print number, then it means now number no longer references the value 20, but it now references the value 3.9087. So in Python, we have a concept known as variable swap. Now, to swap variables, we have two main methods of swapping variables in Python. And the first method would be to use two temporary variables, and another method would be to use a single temporary variable. We can have variables like name1 referencing Esther, and another variable name2 referencing Tom. So when we can look at this problem and simply say, we can say name2 Esther and name1 Tom, and that would have swapped the variables. But if you had a longer string in these variables, then it would mean you would have to go through the long string and make the necessary changes every now and again. So the simplest way of doing that would be to consider first two variables, and in this case we can consider two temporary variables, temp1 to be referring to also name1, and temp2 referring to name2. And so to swap our variables, we can simply say that name1 now references temp2, and this is because temp2 now is referencing name2, which is Tom. So when we say name1 is referencing temp2, we are simply saying, in other words, that name1 is referencing now Tom, because temp2 here is name2, which is Tom. So we are simply now saying name1, we are telling Python to call name1 as Tom, and then we can now have name2 referencing temp1. Temp1 in this case now, because we are having temp1 as name1, and name1 is Esther. So we are simply saying call name1 temp2, which is Tom, and call name2 temp1, which is Esther. So then when we try to print out the results of name1, we should be getting an output of Tom and not Esther. So we have an output of Tom. So when you also print name2, you get an output of Esther instead of Tom that we had initially over here. So that is the first method of swapping variables. That is to use two. You now use two. You use two different temporary variables. Another method would be to use a single temporary variable, and in this case now we would say a temporary variable should be referring to name1, and our name1 now would be referring to name2, and name2 now refers to the temporary variable. And this is because when we have a temporary variable referring to name1 is Esther. Our name1 was Esther. Okay, so when we have our name1 as Esther, then we'll say Esther now at name1 refers to name2, which was Tom. But then again, name2 now references name1, which is Esther. So when you print name1, we have Esther. Oh yeah, sorry about that. We have everything messed up because we had already swapped here. We had already swapped over there. So let me see. So now again we have name1 referring to Esther and name2 referring to Tom. It's because over here we had swapped name1 to Tom, and we had said name2 was Esther. So swapping would mean Esther comes to name1 and that the other way around. So that is how you swap variables in Python. And there is a quiz on the same at the end of this exercise. So for me, guys, it's over, and I'll see you in the next video.